EGM Network.
This is Martha Matters. From real estate, healthcare, current events, taxes, or just about any topic, we're talking about it. Call us with any questions on just about any subject. Now, here she is, Martha!
Well, hi there, and welcome. We're continuing the budgeting process, and this is not just a local thing. It applies to almost all counties in the state and even other states. And we're trying to point out what to look for, what the pitfalls are, what can be changed, what cannot be changed. And it should be very informative for you, and we want you all, wherever you may be located, to really participate in the public hearings and the public meetings of any kind, not just budget meetings, but particular issues or particular items that may be coming up for the November voting. Almost everything. Get involved, please, if you don't remember anything else about this. So we're going to go on ahead, and we have with us again Laura Morse, who's absolutely wonderful on giving us all kinds of information. And the one topic right now, if you could quickly review with us.
Yes, it would be my pleasure. With the budget, it actually begins in July. July, we have a budget workshop which goes all day. We start at 9 o'clock, and we our time allotted is until 5 p.m. It could go later. But we spend the entire day hashing it out, and we even have a day following that day reserved. That time is reserved in case it goes longer. In September, and I encourage everyone, if you miss July, September's fine. The one thing that is set is the millage rate, and that is the dollar amount per $1,000 of assessed property value that comprises your taxes. So the millage rate is set. It's that cannot, it can go down, but it can't go up. And it's the same amount as it was last year, and actually I think it's about 6 years now. It's been set at the same amount. So the millage rate has not gone up. Yes, you will see an increase in your taxes, but that's because it's based on assessed property value. So just so people understand, it's the millage rate times, whatever your assessed value is per thousand. It's per $1,000 of assessed value. So that number is firm. It would be unlikely to be lowered. It cannot be raised at this point. So really, what you're talking about at this point is you're working with a certain dollar amount total. It's a bit over $500 million. And I guess if, we talked about it in another show, if you think the library should get a little more money or this, that, or the other thing. But, remember, you're going to take it from Peter to pay Paul, or from Paul to pay Peter, or however you want to do it. Because, the total is the total. I mean, that's the amount of money that we have to work with. So just so people understand that, because I know there's a lot of concern about different functions of government, but the basics, absolutely need to be covered. And by that, I mean, water and sewer and then roads and bridges. And of course, law enforcement, was always critical. So it's tough. It's tough to juggle it and say, well, spend more on this and less on that. It's not, it's not an easy thing. It's easy to be in favor of one specific thing, but if you're looking at it in totality, and you have to say, okay, I want to spend more money here. Well, what do you want to take that? What do you want to take it away from? Because that should get more. What should get less? Mm-hmm. And that's always a tough question. It's like, cutting the baby in half. I guess we pray for the wisdom of Solomon. That's all. I'm going to say on that one. That's what we just pray for it.
For those of you who have more recently moved here, and it's pretty confusing, we have sheriffs and police. Police are within the city limits of Vero Beach, and they are paid by the city budget.
Yeah.
What we're talking about today is the county budget, which are all the sheriff cars, the sheriffs, the assistant sheriffs, and so forth. And they're separate budgets. And
yes,
that is very, very important to understand. They're not all the same thing. They are the same thing in the sense they want to prevent crime and they want to be able to assist the public, but they're very, very separate in both their budgets and their priorities. So I'd like everyone to know that. Don't call the police and say you just went to the county budget meeting. They won't listen to you.
Yeah, that's a really good point for people who are new or relatively new to the community. A lot of times I hear, well, you live in the city or the county, and it's not an or question. All right, everyone lives in the county. Everyone lives in Indian River County. That's just a given. Some people also live within the boundary lines of an incorporated city. So within the county, Indian River County, there are 3 cities: Sebastian, Vero Beach, and Fellsmere. And there are 2 towns, and that's Indian River Shores and the town of Orchid. And by that I mean those are legal entities. They are incorporated. And this is what Martha is referring to. They have, in all cases except Orchid, they have their own police department, and in some cases, in Indian River Shores, they even handle fires and that kind of thing. They have extra training for that. But all of us live in the county, and all of us, benefit from most of the services. It does get a little confusing. I mean, it's true, because Vero Beach, has their own, solid waste department. And Vero Beach does, provide water and sewer to areas beyond the city. And I know a lot of people, to make it even more confusing, I know a lot of people think they live in the city of Vero Beach because you have a Vero Beach zip code.
Right, yeah.
But technically, the city of Vero Beach is only 13 square miles. That's it. Vero Beach it's quiet. It didn't annex, which is unusual. Generally, when a town or a city grows and it begins to provide water and sewer beyond the original limits, then they annex that area to which they provide water and sewer. For some reason, the city of Vero Beach is an anomaly. Okay, that never happened. I don't know. We have to go all the way back. Someday we'll have a show on the history of the city of Vero Beach and why that didn't happen. I love Vero Beach. I was the mayor. That's how I started my political or my elected career. So Vero Beach is always near and dear to my heart. But I've always wondered about that. Why it didn't annex more area, and and it is odd to have a zip code with so many people in it, and it says Vero Beach, but you don't live in the city of Vero Beach. So if you're confused, it's understandable.
Yeah, the mailing address.
But welcome. We're glad. Welcome.
The mailing address is Vero Beach too.
Yes, that's the feds. Yeah, that's assigning zip codes. So that's that's the federal government. But we were talking about the public hearings. Excuse me, for the budget are held in September because the fiscal year starts October 1st. So these are the public hearings for the budget required by state law to be after 5 o'clock. They're at 5:01 p.m. There are 2, and again, that's by law, by statute, and they are Wednesday, September 10th, and the following week, Wednesday, September 17th. So there are 2. And everyone's always welcome at any meeting, by the way. All meetings are videotaped, and they're available on the county website, indianriver.gov. So if you ever cannot attend a meeting, but you're wondering, well, gee, what's going on here? You can go to the website, and you can even watch just part of a meeting, because it's segmented by topic. I encourage everyone to go and check the agenda. We meet twice a month, County Commission, and so do your city councils, by the way. If you live in the city of Sebastian or any of the cities, their agenda also is posted, and they usually meet twice a month. So just go, take you just a few minutes and see if there's anything that you feel concerned about or interested in. And if you can't attend a meeting, you always can send an email to any of these places. And by the way, we take that very seriously. So don't think, well, that's not going to do any good or that's not important. It is. It is. And I know from my colleagues too, we look at our emails, we take it seriously. Your input is important. It's valuable, whether you're able to attend a particular meeting or not. Send an email, and like I said, everything's videotaped, so you can watch, after the fact, and see what was said. And if that concerns you, you can send a follow-up, or you can make an appointment with any of us to speak with any of us individually. Government. This is local government. And local government always should be accessible to the people. We are closest to the people because we're local. We're not going anywhere. I'm not going to Tallahassee. I'm not going to Washington. I'm going to see you in Publix.
Right.
Or wherever. We go all over. But by the way, please support our local businesses. I'll throw that in too while we're at it. But anything else you want to go over, Martha?
Sure. There were loads of ideas. Regarding the permitting process, people always have something negative to say about that, but there's a good reason for it. For county permits, the same building, A, is available for the planner of the day.
Yes, permitting is in Building A, and for those who are not clear on that, motor vehicles across the street, motor vehicles in Building B, and the County Administrative Complex is across the street from the airport. So if you know where the airport is, Vero Beach Airport on Aviation, we're basically across the street from the airport, and that's the whole administrative complex. The property appraiser's there, and he's got a great website, Wesley Davis. You can go on his website and look up all kinds of information. So, there's a lot of information that's available. So no one has to be sitting there, in the dark, so to speak. And if you have a question, just feel free. Come on down, send an email, whatever. And again, our website is indianriver.gov, and you can reach any of us with a question or concern. It doesn't have to be a particular meeting, but I encourage everyone to attend. I encourage everyone to attend any and all meetings and keep track of the agenda matters, because I know things seem like they happen overnight. Like, how did that happen? It always pains me to hear that, because it never happens overnight. I will tell you that it never happens overnight. It happens over time, and it happens little by little. It's incremental. It's always incremental. So if you really want to keep track of it, then please do. I encourage people, please do. And by that, I mean, take a look at the agenda. Take you 5 minutes. Yes. Take a look at, we meet twice a month usually. We had extra meetings in the summer, this past summer, but generally we meet twice a month, and you can look at any of the agenda. We meet on a Tuesday, and the agenda is uploaded to our website, indianriver.gov, the Friday before. So you can look at it that weekend with your feet up and your coffee in hand and relaxing, and just see if there's anything in which you have a particular interest.
It's not too confusing, but it is for the first time. The planner of the day, who will inform you on what needs to be done for a permitting process and how to apply and everything else. They are in that Building A when you turn right as you go in, and they are available even without appointments. You can walk in and have questions. You may wait a little while if they're with another person, but they're there to serve you with or without appointments.
Yes, and a lot of it, by the way, has been computerized in the last year or two. So I think that's been helpful. That's my understanding. That's moved things forward
Between
faster.
that and AI.
So, well, no, I'm not even going to go there with AI, but no, with computerizing, I think the permitting process, has been a help, especially to contractors who do a lot of work. Not talking about just
Now,
one house.
Wesley Davis that you mentioned,
Property
and
appraiser.
his help, a property appraiser.
He's got a great website.
And his assistant, Billy Orton, they are in Building B, opposite the motor vehicle, which is right across the walkway there. So it's not too confusing, but they're very well marked, and you're welcomed, and they want to talk to everyone. You can have an appointment with any one of them or walk in, and they will tell you if they're not available, they're at a meeting, they will make an appointment with you and set up an appointment. So the public is always welcome there when you have questions. That's very important. Not all cities are like that.
Yeah.
You feel like you're going to a jail assembly or something.
Fortunately, we still have our small town charm, or most of it. We're hanging on.
Yeah. Now, regarding some other areas, we were concerned, Cindy, about the roads and the traffic lights and what intersections are needed to have traffic lights where they haven't previously. Like so many places trying to make a left turn, and they may wait 15 whole minutes or something.
Yeah, what I would say about that is if a neighborhood, and would have to be a neighborhood, gets together, what they do, I believe it's called a warrant study. And by that, I mean they do a count of, how much traffic is going through that. It's usually an intersection at different times of the day. And does it warrant, so it's called a warrant study, does it warrant a traffic light? It's, it may seem like a lot of traffic to us, but it may not, warrant a traffic light. All of those things, and I'm sorry to say, but the price of everything has gone up.
Yes.
It just has, and I hope at some point everything will readjust. But it's you can't count. You can't count on that. So we're trying to be very judicious about that.
And there's also different kinds of traffic lights. Some of them are done by timing, and some of them are what they call smart lights. If they have cameras, and if there's no traffic coming on a particular direction, they'll make that light short and expand the other area where there's loads of cars waiting.
Yeah, I think that's what gets frustrating. I know some of the intersections, I can mention a couple of them. It's like you're sitting there and there's nobody coming the other way. It's like, why isn't my light turning? But you can't go through a red light.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
right.
So that kind of explains it. And I'm with you, Laura, talking about the lights. That's what I heard was $1 million per traffic light for the studies and all that to put a new one into a new intersection. So it is quite expensive.
Yes.
I'd be happy if people just stopped at stop signs.
Well, okay. Yeah.
That's not criticizing anybody, but we all need to be maybe a little more patient.
Yeah.
And, okay, you just try to obey what we currently have in place. That would help.
Everybody, please stop at the stop sign.
Yeah, and the red lights.
Please do your part.
And the red lights, too. I want to say that.
And the red lights.
Yeah.
When it's turned red, that doesn't mean speed up and get across the intersection.
That's right.
Okay, we need to take a quick break, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes, so stay with us.
At At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock tariff-free coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs in the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of American-made Telescope, Berlin Gardens, and Pollywood, all with no tariff ever. We specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Right now, we're having a summer sale with lots of great markdowns and discounts on everything you need for your Florida home, including all pictures, lamps, and accessories half price. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Don't forget to visit our outlet store directly across the street, filled with lots of name brand closeouts and sale items. Come in now for our summer sale and visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Welcome to Riverside Theater's Comedy Zone, where the comedy is wild, untamed, and downright hilarious. Hit the zone this Friday and Saturday night at 6:30 and 8:30 for the Treasure Coast's best live stand-up comedy show, featuring nationally recognized comedians with cabaret-style seating and food and drink table service. Buy tickets at riversidetheater.com and get ready for a night of non-stop laughs.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Well, hi, and welcome back. Hey, Laura, we've got to see what you just have in your hands
Well,
here.
thank you. On another topic, this is a hand-carved cane for a Purple Heart veteran, and this was produced by the Purple Heart Cane Project. And they do wonderful work. Actually, they're meeting right now. They meet Tuesday mornings, and they have about 24, mostly veterans, but you don't have to be a veteran. And if you're interested in joining and learning how to carve, they will teach you. And you can contact them at their website, which is purpleheartcaneproject.org. That's purpleheartcaneproject.org. But what this is each one is individually hand carved, and it contains the record of service of the individual and where the person was wounded, what branch of the military the person was in, what his combat service or her combat service was. They're beautifully done, and the ceremony is annual at the SEAL Museum. And that's on A1A. And that's the next one will be January 17th. That's a Saturday. So Saturday, January 17th at 1 p.m. at the Navy SEAL Museum. And about 60 veterans. They come from all around the country. Last year we had 17 different states represented, and of course Florida. But 17 people came from all over the country to receive one of these canes, to be honored, to be recognized. And we think about it, it becomes especially critical now, in my opinion. A lot of our World War II veterans are gone, and the Vietnam vets, well, I'm from that era, and I can say they did not get the respect and the honor they deserved when they came back here. And so this is a way of making sure that they do. It's not too late. And again, that's purpleheartcaneproject.org. If you can help or you're interested in any way, please contact them. Thank you.
Oh,
thank you, Martha.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
They're gorgeous. Each
it's
one is
really
different.
Gorgeous.
Each one is hand carved. Each one is different and customized to the individual. It's a beautiful tribute.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, that's good to know also. And again, if any of you listening have some questions about a specific department, a specific budget process, like Laura just said, we can't change the budget or millage rates, but within the budget, you can rob Peter to pay Paul or rob Paul to pay Peter, depending what you think the important topics are to be dealt with. So with that in mind, please attend, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Martha.